What is up, everybody? This is the What's Brewin podcast. I'm your co-host, Jared Goodman, live from Oskaloosa, Iowa, joined by my other co-host over here, Colton Johnson. Colton, what's going on, man? It's been a while.
Yeah, man, it has been. We've done a few of them, but we just haven't uploaded them. So I don't know. One of these days, maybe we'll get some of these up and loaded. But maybe this is it.
Yeah, we'll get them up. We got a good one for you guys last week. Was unable to get it up, I guess you could say. But yeah, man. So opening weekend of baseball, Dodgers won 3 out of 4. Your Angels not
so
looking
good.
so hot.
Same year or what is New Year? Same crud. Same
Yeah.
crap. Why am I?
Yeah,
Same crap.
The $330 million Mike Trout is.
I mean, yeah, Mike Trout's not the issue. It's not. It's just the team as a whole, man. There's just no pitching. It's brutal.
Yeah, they do have some guys in the farm system. Hopefully that'll help them out and
Yeah, that's what they were saying too. Like the
future years.
I can't think of his name. The announcer, not the announcer, the broadcaster, head broadcaster guy that does it with Gooby.
Is that Victor Rojas?
Victor Rojas, yeah. He was saying, he's like, yeah, for the first, like in the pregame show or whatever, he's like, yeah, for the first time in many years, we can actually say that we Angels have some guys down in the farm system that could actually play and whatever, but because they've just been depleted, man, the last few years.
Is Middleton back or is he still on the shelf? Didn't he go through Tommy John about early last year?
I know. It seemed like every single pitcher the Angels had got hurt somehow, some way, but I don't know. I don't think he was. I don't recall seeing him on the roster for like the pitchers.
What about Ohtani? Is he throwing it all?
He's still on the shelf. I don't know when he's expected to return, but I know he's down still from the. I guess he didn't need surgery. I thought he was gonna have to get Tommy John, but
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like he's gonna come back and it's like inevitable these days too. But throws 100 miles an hour, dude.
With the torn UCL.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like Masahiro Tanaka and the Yankees. Both of them, they have their UCL issues, but both of them electing not to go with Tommy John. I mean,
I didn't know that Tanaka has the same issue or had.
Yeah, had the same issue, but it's interesting. You would think that you would just want to go and get it out of the way, and
yes and no.
But at the same time, you want to get out there and play. You don't want to waste a year.
Not even that. It's just you just don't. You don't want it. Surgery is. I don't know. It's tough because one, it's not our bodies, and two, it's like I don't know. Like yeah, on one hand, I'm like, man, just get it done, and it seems like they come back throwing harder and everything, and it's like nowadays it's such a prevalent surgery that they've pretty much perfected it in a way, you know. And it's like ACLs now, you know, they do those in their sleep, but
they're freaking back training full scale in 4 months.
Exactly, but I don't know. It seems like on one hand I get that, and on the other hand I'm like, surgery should be the last option or last choice, and do anything and everything to avoid it. But I don't know,
like you said, he's able to throw 100 miles an hour with it. I mean, at that point, it's just about pain management.
Yeah,
I would think.
Well, you don't want to do any serious damage, but I mean, I don't know. I guess what's the worst thing that happened? You freaking go get the surgery.
And those doctors know what they're talking about.
That's what I'm saying. Tommy John is the new ACL, at least in obviously in baseball. But like ACL used to be like damn near career ending. Yeah, in some cases. And now it's literally every single football player, it seems like, gets their ACL repaired, and then they're back or whatever. You know. And
especially quarterbacks.
But I mean,
until the Tom Brady rule.
Yeah, exactly. But I would even say it's Tommy John is even more they have a better success rate than ACLs almost. You know what I mean? Because like if you think about it, like quarterbacks or running backs that tear their ACL, they don't necessarily. I mean, Todd Gurley did, but he obviously, look at him. Obviously, there's cases where people come back stronger and healthy and everything, but. I feel like you see that more often in football players where they're not necessarily the same. Look at Sam Bradford. I mean, that dude's torn his ACL torn like 3 times, I think.
Yeah, both knees, right?
Like both knees, like a couple times. I'm not like he's done it a lot, but like that's an instance of a guy coming back not the same. And then you get a guy like Tommy John, where it seems like nowadays, I can't think of anybody that's come back and basically hasn't made it back from Tommy John.
Yeah, and not coming back better. I think you said
they come back throwing harder.
They throw harder. Walker Buehler, one of those guys, when he got drafted by the Dodgers, he was only a couple, like, I don't even think he was a full season into his first pro season. He might not even have been in his first pro season before he got Tommy John. And, in college he was throwing 95, 96, and that's good at the college level. Even, he played at Vanderbilt. They're kind of like pitchers over there.
I was just watching that college game, Arkansas, Ole Miss, dude. The starting pitchers were throwing 86, 87 miles an hour, man. It's a rarity to throw 96, 97.
Yeah, but now he's up there chucking 99, 100.
Yeah, because
he's all about 6 foot, 190 pounds, maybe 190 pounds.
I mean, God-given ability plus. I honestly do think when they get those surgeries, whatever it is, you rehab, like for instance Tommy John, like you end up rehabbing your arm and rehabbing it and exercising and whatever and building it up like you've never done before, and so it comes back stronger. I mean like everything in there structurally is solid, so you have no reason to, and then they on top of that they rehab and strength and condition, all that stuff way harder than they probably
ever did because they had to. Their livelihood depended on it,
and that's why they come back throwing however much harder, a couple miles per hour harder.
Yeah. Do you know what chaps my ass?
What?
The Lakers have won 4 out of 5 games. Since being eliminated out of playoff contention, they go in with 4 or 5 games. Exactly. It's like the pressure's off, so it's like.
Yeah, and teams aren't playing. I mean, it's just like it's almost like a Sunday league game going out there. I mean, they're just out there having fun.
Scoring a lot of points, 124, 129, 130 in 3 of their last 4 games.
Yeah.
Now, LeBron James is sat down for the rest of the season. He's out for the rest of the season in the final 6 games.
I saw a little banner on ESPN. It says LeBron James will not participate or play in Team USA for like the World Cup or whatever the heck it's called. Because he said in the summer he will be training and shooting Space Jam 2.
Yeah. I don't know what to say about the situation. Obviously, I'm disappointed about how the Lakers season went. I had some pretty high hopes. I always have high hopes, even when they have nothing on their roster. The Lakers were the one team I always thought growing up that were never going to fail me. And now 6 straight seasons without the playoffs.
Yeah.
Hurting a little bit.
I mean, you always, and that it was like a false sense of hope and security, I feel like, adding LeBron because it's, because LeBron's on your team, you expect to make the playoffs now, but in reality, like, I mean, they were, I guess, good enough to make playoffs, I guess you could say. I mean, obviously they weren't, but
yeah,
they had some talent. It's not like they don't have talent. They're a bunch of young guys that got hit with the injury bug.
And that's what it comes down to. And that to me is, you could say this or that about LeBron James and, his leadership, his hustle, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes down to it, when you've had to deal with the injuries that they have, it's damn hard to be successful. I mean, you have Lonzo Ball, who's, arguably their second best player on the floor. He's missed majority of this year. Yeah. Kyle Kuzma's missed some time.
Kuzma is arguably the second best player, man. That guy's putting up a run. But before you get off too far and I forget, I was gonna say 2 things. What your take on D'Angelo Russell? Just absolutely, the Lakers had D'Angelo Russell, man. That guy's been freaking going off lately. And I was gonna say, would you rather have D'Angelo Russell or Ball?
I think they could have coexisted, honestly, but then you don't get LeBron James because that was the whole trade that set up the LeBron James signing.
Was it?
Yeah, it was to the Nets. They traded Timothy Mozgov. They traded Timothy Mozgov. It was
that was like 2 or 3 years ago.
But they had to get rid of. It was 2 years ago, but they had to get rid of the Mozgov contract that they signed. The massive deal they gave to a guy who's not even in the league anymore.
What? That wasn't Mozgov. That was
Timothy Mozgov.
I thought it was like Mbenga or something like that.
Oh, dude, you're talking 8 years ago.
No, dude, there was this guy. He wasn't even on the roster, and they were paying him like $8 million or something crazy.
Well, probably, but
I think it was Mbenga or something.
Yeah, but okay. So the trade that set up the LeBron James signing was at the end of the 2016, 2017 season, they traded, or in the offseason, they traded D'Angelo Russell and they traded Timothy Mozgov to the Nets for a bunch of nobodies, and they gave him D'Angelo Russell because that allowed the Nets to free up the money. So they took on his contract, but they wanted a sweetener in there, and that sweetener, the only reason they would take Mozgov is if Lakers gave him D'Angelo Russell, and that guy's an all-star.
That dude's legit, man. I've seen his highlights lately, man. That guy's just, dang, man, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's legit. I never wanted to see D'Angelo Russell go, but brings in LeBron James. And I 100% believe that him and D'Angelo Russell could have
him and Lonzo Ball.
Or Lonzo Ball, sorry. D'Angelo Russell and Lonzo Ball could have coexisted. Lonzo Ball, not really much of a shooter, could pass. D'Angelo Russell is more of a...
he's a scorer.
Yeah, he's a scorer. He's more of a guard. He's more of a shooting guard than he is
But I was just thinking, like, I don't know, man. I've seen, like... Because Lonzo Ball, like, okay, yeah, his defense and, like, it's basically his defense, his ability to rebound, and his, like, vision on the court or whatever, like, is obviously very, very high level.
He doesn't turn over the ball much for a point guard.
It's just that his inability to shoot the ball, I think, is what kills me.
Yeah, it kills a lot of Lakers fans, but they don't see, or it kills a lot of NBA fans, and a lot of NBA fans, not even just Laker fans. I feel like for the most part, Laker fans understand what he does on the court and what kind of presence he has. I mean, dude, there was nights in the beginning of the year when he was blowing LeBron James out of the water when it comes to plus-minus rating. Mm-hmm. And then there was times where LeBron was in the negative and Lonzo was, plus 11, plus 12, absolutely leading the team.
And not everybody on the court.
And he sets the tempo.
Not everyone on the court can be a scorer.
Exactly. And Brandon Ingram got off to a bad start.
That's another guy I watched. Lakers gonna get. I don't know if they are or not, but they'll get rid of him and he'll turn into some freaking stud.
They should not do any more releasing of
their rookies,
young core, because they've also given up Julius Randle, and Julius Randle has had himself a heck of a year down in New Orleans. And apparently there's a report that came out that Luke Walton and his staff begged and pleaded Rob Pelinka and Magic Johnson to keep Julius Randle.
Well, the issue is they were so bad for so long, and they had all these guys these rookies, but it seems like nowadays that team doesn't win championships. The NBA, you have to have these super teams and with these prolific all-stars, and like the Warriors and the
Look at the main core of the Warriors though. Steph, Draymond, and Clay. They were all drafted by the Warriors.
Yeah, that's I'm
not saying that the acquisition of Kevin Durant. Yeah, that definitely helped last year. And Kevin Durant, he was the difference in the NBA Finals last year.
Yeah, and I don't know. Well, anyway, like I feel like the Lakers and LA is a what have you done for me lately city, anyways. So it's like these guys that city didn't have time to watch these guys bloom into a great team.
And they just think every free agent under the sun wants to come.
Well, yeah. And then so they're pressured to get some high dollar name
at the expense of their young studs.
Yeah, and so now they built this team up. They were a couple of years out from maybe really gelling and really doing something, and they've hacked them down at the knees and add LeBron. And obviously, I think whatever, I like watching LeBron every night, but now they're gonna have to build up again, and it's just like I hope for a big free agent. Who knows if they do?
I absolutely feel you 100% on that. It irks me to see D'Angelo Russell doing well. I'm glad he's doing well because I really like the dude, but yeah, it's tough. It hurts my heart a little bit knowing that we had some there. I always liked D'Angelo Russell. The minute they drafted him, I thought, dude, what a great pick. Same thing with Brandon Ingram, and obviously I was a huge Lonzo Ball fan, him coming out of UCLA, but man, to think what they could have had. They could have had Lonzo Ball running the point. You moved D'Angelo Russell over to the two. Kyle Kuzma could play the 3. Julius Randle could have played. He could have played the 5. He'd be a small 5, but you can get away running a small 5. He'd be like, and then Brandon Ingram in the 4, or Ingram in the 5. Positionless basketball.
Yeah. But I was gonna ask too about LeBron is. What do you think about him coming out now? Or I don't know, it got deleted, but there was a quick little bit in the press with him saying his injury should have been a 6-month recovery opposed to 6 weeks.
No, the trainer came out and posted it.
Yeah, but they were saying, I was listening to this thing, Stephen A. Smith was just beside himself because remember last year when like after the season he comes out with like the soft cast and it's like he's always saying he's always got an excuse or somewhat of an excuse, right? It's never him. It's not like, oh, I was playing with a broken thumb or it's not my fault. I should have been out 6 months opposed to 6 weeks, like all this stuff. And it's basically just like kind of a shot on his reputation, which I think he's. I'm not accusing him of anything. I was just, what do you think on that situation?
Yeah. I mean, he probably did play through an injury that very well could have ended his season. It very well, and honestly, hindsight's 2020, but it should have ended his season. He should have just sat back, relaxed, got healthy. Obviously, he puts people in the seats. Lakers got to make money.
Yeah, but I think like if that's the case, you would have seen it in his play, and he would have. Dude, if
he has been noticeably slower.
If he was truly hurt, though, you really think he would have? You really honestly think he would have said with the season they were having and all this stuff? Because I don't know. I don't buy that he would have. If 6 months to 6 weeks.
They said that groin was almost damn near torn off the bone.
That's what I'm saying. Like 6 weeks. That's not even like human. So and be like, oh, I'm gonna go play. Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's skeptical, but it was the head athletic trainer that came out and originally broke that news.
It was I don't know, whatever it was, but and it got deleted because of all this stuff. But I don't know. I was just curious, like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I want.
It's kind of a bummer. Like,
I want to believe him.
And then on top of it, why was it coming out after the season or when he was done? Why not be like, yeah, honestly, like if he comes back that day or that week, or be like, yeah, honestly, I'm really pushing through an injury right now. Like I've been told or whatever I should be out much longer than what I am, but I'm coming back. Blah blah blah. Like, you know what I mean? Why is it coming out now?
Yeah, that and it just goes to add to the thing. You know, why are they choosing now to sit him for the final 6 games? Why would after that loss to Brooklyn? Why didn't they just sit him out the rest of the year from there? I mean, it's just weird. The whole situation and stigma surrounding LeBron James, and dude, Katie said it 2 years ago. The reason why people don't. Kevin Durant said the reason people don't want to play with LeBron James is because the media environment that he brings to a team is extremely toxic.
Yeah.
And you saw it firsthand with the Anthony Davis saga. I mean,
well, because the dude sneezes and it's on ESPN, so it's just like, no matter what this guy does, like if he goes out to dinner like he did with Anthony Davis, who knows what it was? Do I think it was some sort of what's it called?
Ploy?
To get him to LA? Of course. Like, you don't think he wants to play with Anthony Davis? Of course he does. But in saying that, it could have very well been just two buddies. Hey, you want to go grab some dinner after this? Whatever, you know what I mean? Like, but on ESPN and everything, now that gets blown out of water. Oh, they're doing this, and Anthony Davis doesn't want to be there anymore. And so it's just like, you can't do anything without it being blown up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether that's good or bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Speaking of LeBron James, his what people are saying is he's going to be his successor, Zion Williamson, the freshman out of Duke. Yeah. Duke took a loss last night, ending their hopes of an NCAA championship.
I think the successor, as far as the face of the league goes, and it's pretty much already taken almost, is Giannis, dude.
Oh, Giannis.
Antetokounmpo.
Yeah.
That dude's legit.
He's about to debut his new shoe in the playoffs, they said.
Is he?
Yeah, I think I want to say that they're calling it the Freak One.
The Freak One?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's an Adidas guy. Let me look it up here.
Interesting.
Oh, he's a Nike guy. So the Nike Greek Freak One is what they're going to call it.
That's cool. He's
His
setting it up like Jordans.
shoe.
Jordans 1s, 2s, 3s.
They all do that. I mean,
do they?
Yeah, Kobe. The Kobe ones. The
Why
Kobe.
did I think that sounded so original?
Yeah, the Kyries.
Yeah, you're right. That was stupid.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They all followed the.
Yeah, they got to, because then if they go down like, I don't know if there'll ever be another Jordan shoe though.
A what?
Like Jordans.
Jordan still comes out with shoes.
No. I'm saying like in 15 years, do you think they're gonna be like, oh my god, the LeBron 3s or whatever? You know
Kobe's still coming out with shoes,
of course,
but they're not on the.
But they're not like on the same level as Jordans.
Yeah.
Like Jordan, like
that whole thing is crazy. The marketing there and the fact that he's still shilling shoes that are like selling for $450 a minute.
And it's I think I don't know if it was just, I don't know, because fashion's so trendy and stuff. So it's like, who knows? But I feel like these basketball shoes nowadays, they look like basketball shoes. They got wild colors and obviously you can customize them however you want and stuff with colors and stuff. But they look like basketball shoes, whereas like Jordans, they look like an everyday shoe. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know. I'm not like a shoe guru or anything like that, but like if you're going out or whatever, I mean, you're less likely to wear like a basketball shoe versus like a Jordan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. But
so that's style though. Who knows? And next week they could be. You know what I mean?
Vans will probably stay pretty constant.
Vans have been staying.
I hope.
What do you mean? Who cares?
15.
I like them.
I like them too.
Yeah.
That's about all I wear. But so Duke loses Michigan State. If ended my hopes of any more of my bracket.
Yeah.
The final.
But
you took the victory in my group.
That just goes to show that you need to know zero basketball in order to win, because I legitimately didn't watch a quarter of college basketball this year, and I won somehow. I literally just picked some upsets, but I didn't know what I was picking. You know what I mean? It wasn't like an educated guess on upsets and stuff, but
yeah. Talk about
somehow they won. That's hilarious.
Talk about somehow. Freaking Kyle Davis finished second. He picked Iowa State to win it all.
Yeah, like but that's a guy that I can understand winning, because he actually watches. I don't know. He follows sports like freaking back of his hand, and he knows what's going on. So he's making like educated guesses. Unlike me, I was literally scrolling and being like, oh yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Yeah. Oh, that sounds good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like I don't even know.
We should get that guy on the podcast one day. It'd be a fun time.
That would be good.
But yeah, man, how's the weather? you seem to be the weatherman of this podcast. Yeah. Why don't you tell the folks the thousands and thousands of What's Brewin podcast strong what it's like outside?
Yeah. It's weird. I don't know, dude. The weather's weird here, man. It's one day it's hot, the next day it's cold, and then one minute it's windy, the next minute it's not, and I don't know, it's boring stuff. But it is weird. It is like what I have like realized coming from like California, SoCal, where it's 75 and sunny damn near every day, and you with like perfect conditions, and when it's not, like if it rains, what does it rain? Like a total of like a week and a half out of the whole year, like all this stuff, and then you come to a place like this and you get every single type of weather under the sun. You realize like you only appreciate like good weather or anything really. I'm just relating to weather, but you only really appreciate things until you don't have them, or like you have to deal with winters and shovel freaking snow and rake 700 pounds of leaves and all this stuff until you realize like, damn, dude, that weather thing is legit. Cause like when I lived there, and you'd always hear, oh man, thousands and millions of people, not millions, but like thousands and thousands of people are moving to California every year. And it's like, oh, cause of the weather or the location. And at least me, I was just like, well, of course it's nice, but you don't really realize how nice it is until you're not freaking there.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wow, yeah, this is nice. Cause like raking leaves, I didn't even know that was a thing until I thought that, you know what I mean? That's just like something you see on TV or hear on TV. Raking, leaves don't even fall off trees in California.
Yeah.
Like, raking leaves here, the snow falls.
Yeah,
like
they got palm trees, dude. They don't freaking.
So I'm saying you got to trim the tree. You got to trim the leaves off every once in a while, but you can leave them on there. They don't even fall off. That's just
they trim themselves.
Yeah, dude.
Talk about having it easy.
God, dude, it's crazy how like you can really get an appreciation on something when you can see the other side of it. And I don't know, it's cool. Like I was just thinking of why like traveling would be really like traveling can be like so what's the word I'm looking for, like can be so, like the thought of traveling is so nice to people, as I feel like is like you can't really appreciate what you have until you see something else, or not necessarily don't have it anymore, but see a different perspective. So you can't truly admire what you have. Like you can't truly admire Huntington Beach, like the actual beach, like just walking down the boardwalk or even you can admire even more like until you go somewhere and then you go to like I don't know, somewhere in China, and you see all these different things, and you could really appreciate what you have and what you don't have. I don't know. You just kind of, I didn't really word that correctly.
No, I was picking
really
up what you're putting down there.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Like I can just like see why like traveling would be so cool too, and then you could just, I feel like you just really appreciate life and like different things a lot more. Because I think if you stay sedentary and stay in one place, for one, you don't get to see the world and stuff, and I don't know. There's just a lot that's got to offer. And stuff.
Absolutely, man. And you know, being in the Midwest, is it the most glorious of places?
It's not the most glamorous place in the world.
Absolutely not. But dude, there's so many cities. I mean, just me and you, playing baseball or doing whatever, have gotten the opportunity to go to quite a few places throughout the Midwest, and everything's so close in proximity. The Midwest is a cool place. I mean, I've gotten to go, farther west. I've gotten to go out to Billings in recent weeks. Got to go to Kansas City, dude. Kansas City's freaking sweet. I can't wait to go back there. Want to start spending more time down there. I mean, it's only 3.5 hours, about drive from Huntington to Vegas. More mileage, obviously, but dude, Kansas City's sweet. Minneapolis was a good time when we went a few years back. I know you've been more recent than that, but when I went, I mean, Minneapolis was pretty cool.
Like, there's so many places that I would have never gone in a million years if I didn't choose to. Yeah, if I didn't come out to school here, I probably would have never come to Iowa in my life. I probably would have never gone to Kansas. I would have, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to go there. Like, Minnesota, maybe, probably, because, I don't know, I have ties there and stuff, but as far as that, but I don't know. And then, I don't know, weather changes and stuff. Glad to see the sun lately, dude. That's another thing too. You don't realize what you miss until you don't have it, and you just. But like then, in saying that, like you really take it. You take advantage of it. Like back home, I wouldn't on a nice day. It's like, oh, let's go on a bike ride. It's a beautiful day. Okay, sure, some days, but like most days, you're like, nah, dude, you're not gonna do anything different because the sun's out.
Yeah.
Here, it's like, oh my God, we have a nice day. Like, let's do something. Let's go outside. Let's go on a bike ride. Let's ride my skateboard. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Let's do something outside because you really appreciate what it is.
Absolutely. Like, every day I'm craving some summertime here in southeast Iowa. Just the sun.
It's funny though. It's gonna go from sunny to just like swampy.
Oh, I'm down with the swamp. Give me the swamp.
I know.
I want to feel some sweat rolling down me.
I know, dude.
It's gonna be nice.
That's what we say now.
I don't mind the humidity.
I know. That's what you say now, but then we're gonna be laying in bed in the summer night. And it's gonna be 103 outside with 98% humidity.
Yeah,
and,
we'll be freaking.
And you just can't even move because you're so grimy.
Yeah,
freaking. Oh God. Hey, whatever. Then that's so funny, dude. It's so crazy how one place could have so much extremes.
Yeah. I'll be sitting freaking fan to the nuts in bed.
Starfished out.
Yeah, starfished out. Oh God. But dude, I mean, I dealt with some pretty good humidity in South Carolina. And honestly, I loved it. Then again, you don't really have to wear any clothes per se. You don't have to, you could go outside with shorts and a tank top on. You don't have to worry about wearing like work clothes. See that's where it gets a little
dicey.
You want to come out fresh out the shower and
you're fresh out the shower, man.
Yeah, you
can't cool down.
You can't dry off.
Yeah.
You're wet to wet.
Yeah, seriously. No, but like you said, I think I know I'm taking extreme heat over extreme cold.
Oh, absolutely.
But the only time the extreme heat really, really does suck is when you're trying to go to bed.
Yeah.
Because like when it's like, see, the thing is, so extreme heat, yeah, you're uncomfortable, but throughout the day. But the only time it really sucks is when you're trying to go to bed. Other than that, like you said, you can open a window, you can have a fan on, whatever. You're sitting in some board shorts and no shirt, wearing sandals. Whereas the extreme cold, it sucks all the time.
and it's just an inconvenience.
And like honestly, I would make the argument that it's a little bit easier to sleep because you could put clothes on, just like you could take clothes off, like you get like in the summer. But like you can get clothes on and put 3 blankets on, and you get warm, right? And you'll fall asleep. It sucks getting up in the morning, but sleeping's easier when it's cold. But everything else sucks. In the day, you're freezing. You're sitting in a snow jacket in your house and
Yeah, that, and you go outside for freaking 10 minutes, you're wearing like 5 layers. Next thing you know, you're in an office that's 75 degrees. You have to take off all those dang layers. You have to put them all back on.
Yeah, and
like every time you go outside, you have to put on like 6 layers.
I know, dude. That was the worst. I remember that about Penn, dude. It seems like in the wintertime, like they like places try to like overcompensate for how cold it is. So it's like, oh, let's crank up the heater. But it's like, dude, we all put 7 layers on, and now it's 70 degrees in here, and we're all sweating our huevos off.
Yeah, dude. And then you always want to try to nut up and just run over to the hall across the street, and it's just like that's never a good decision because then you're freaking frozen. It's like there's no winning with the cold.
Dude,
there's no winning. But I'm glad for the most part it looks like it's behind us. It's supposed to get up to 70 degrees next 70 degrees next week. But it's like freaking raining.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
No.
Throw me a freaking bone. Like literally, you look. It's like I look down at the temperatures, like like degrees, and it's like, oh, all right, 70. You look left, and you see it's like, oh, thunder, rain, blah blah, like every freaking tornado.
Yeah,
like,
freaking tornado coming, dude.
It's like, what in the heck, dude? Right when you get some whatever, dude. I don't even care at this point. I'm just gonna take a heat over anything.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care. I mean,
Sunday or Saturday is supposed to be nice though, dude. Saturday.
Is it Friday or Saturday?
Saturday, because both the weekend, according to iPhone weather, right now, obviously it's gonna change 8 times from
especially here.
Sunday, but right now it's showing 70 degrees both days. But Sunday it has rain. Saturday doesn't. I'm thinking about bringing if I'm not doing anything, I don't know, maybe me and Hannah will go do something or.
Yeah, Haley was telling me she wants to go do something outside. We're taking care of Remy this weekend, so maybe just go to the dog park, hang out. I don't know.
Yeah, but I want to go to one of the baseball games and sit out in left field and with the tailgate and bring my Tommy Bahama chair and bring a little cooler and chill out there.
Nice, man. Yeah, do it. Go for it. Fortunately, I'll be in the booth.
Yeah, that's all right. That's cool too.
But yeah. So as of right now, this weekend. Looks like Friday is cloudy 62, Saturday is cloudy 61, rain is Sunday, Monday. So
what? So it's 70 degrees went by already?
No, it's gonna be 71 on Saturday.
Oh, I said 61.
But
I'm tripping out.
No, it's gonna be.
Yeah, dude, that's it right there. 71 and sun.
Oh, there's no sun. It's cloudy.
Awesome.
But you said you just take the heat, so they're giving you heat.
Seriously, man.
And
I just want to be able to walk outside and be like, the sun. Yeah. I did that when it was freezing cold, or not freezing cold. It was freezing cold, and it got to like 40 degrees and sun. Literally walked outside and like ate lunch outside because it felt like the best day ever.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. As long as the sun's out and there's no wind, and it's like 45, 50 degrees or so.
Just the wind,
it's not bad. It's not bad, but yeah, the wind is brutal. The wind.
It just kills it. It's so bad. Like I was at the game the other day when I was there. I mean, it was the temperature was pretty cold. It was like low 40s, but the wind, man. You just sit there, and especially if you're just watching a game, it just eats away at you. Just chisels away, chisels until you're like, dude, I'm over it. I'm going home. Like it's too cold. You're just sitting there, like, I don't know. I was asking Hannah, I was like, dude, because she obviously sat through all those games, man. I don't know how she did it. But I was like, dude, did we ever play in warm weather? Like, I don't, like, we had to, because I remember.
In Arizona.
Yeah. But like,
Spring break.
even like home, because I remember wearing like 3/4, and like, I would not have wanted to wear a 3/4 jersey yesterday, or 3/4 like undershirt. Like, I don't remember, like, I don't remember it being crazy like that cold every single day.
Yeah.
It was definitely very cold. I remember wearing like face shields and everything like that, but I don't know, man.
And then you got Frank the Link going no undershirt.
Yeah, of course.
Button down, hair blown in the wind.
His wet hair too.
His wet hair sitting in the bullpen all game.
Oh my god.
Yeah, good times though. Times that I would never trade for anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, they're pretty good this year. 21-6 is William Penn baseball. They got some guys. They're healthy. I mean, it's always a plus. Mr. Head Coach Head Coach Mike Laird winning game number 1,000.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, about time. I remember him talking talking to that about me when he was recruiting me.
us.
Yeah, recruiting us, and he was just like,
yeah, dude, we had some. I was looking at our stats, or not our stats. I was looking at my stats today actually because I was just browsing the internet at work.
how many bombs?
I only had 3.
3 times as many as me. I only had 1.
But our records were so bad, dude. We were like 26 and 27, and like we just.
And that was good for our tenure.
we just were not good as a team, dude. Like individually, we were solid. We could not put it together.
Yeah, we couldn't put together.
Couldn't put together to save our lives.
Had fun.
And I think
we had maybe a little too much fun off the field.
Yeah,
but that's still nothing I would ever trade.
I mean, either. But like, I don't know, dude. I second guess it. Like on one hand, I just think like, dude, that has nothing to do with like, whatever. I really don't think like what we did off the field. Like, I don't know. And like I just get so torn because it's like, of course, like we were not in like the best like situation to play a game after whatever, but we weren't like partying all night before a game. Like, I mean, sometimes, but, that was if we had a road game or something and whatever. But I don't know. Maybe we did. We obviously did it sometimes, but like, yeah, you're never gonna play at your best, I guess, if you're compromised. But I don't think that was necessarily the issue, man.
Yeah,
I mean, it was.
We also had a lot of injury problems too. I mean, I feel like that took a big part of it, especially
why.
But guys that going down with Tommy John and
our best pitchers
our number one pitcher. I just don't think the stars ever aligned for everything just to go well.
Actually, now that I think about it, both years our best pitcher didn't pitch.
Exactly. So.
Like our 2 best pitchers, our first year we had Dylan, who didn't pitch much because I think he was hurt in grades. And then we had DJ that was supposed to be like super good. He never was able to play because of grades. And then Felipe, our last year, he didn't get to play because he was hurt. Like, so we're behind the 8 ball in that sense.
That's what I'm saying.
Both years.
You have those 3 pitchers lined up for that junior year where we had, or my junior year, your senior year, where we had Jason Delgado, we had Julian.
That's what I'm saying.
We had Anthony Aguila.
Individually,
and we had Fabian.
So
Fabian was a good hitter.
Yeah.
Dude, we were solid all around the lineup.
Yeah, but yeah, can you imagine?
Pitching was we were the 3rd best hitting team in the Heart of America Athletic Conference that year. We hit over 300 as a team. That should be able to get the job done, but
yeah, and you know why too? Because I was looking on the stats, like our like the team bests for each year. It was our first year out here. It was Dylan, who had the lowest ERA, which was in the 4s. Literally, it was in the 4s. And then our last year, it was DJ, who was in the 4s as well.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's just not like that's brutal. If that's your number one. I mean, I'm not blaming on them at all. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying, like, but that's what happens when your best pitchers go down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you have that 3-headed monster, that's those are 3
and
guys.
And then that puts that much more stress on them and their arms. And it's just like, dude, it's brutal.
There wasn't too many guys in the bullpen. You could just say, here's a ball, give me 6 outs and let's bridge this gap. And then Barnett was solid out of the bullpen both years I played with him. But yeah, man. But what can you do? What can you change? Glad to see they're winning now. At least makes it fun to still be involved in some way. But yeah, I would have liked to win a little bit more.
Of course, I was gonna say I would have loved to win a little bit more too. It makes everything more fun.
Makes the parties after the game more fun.
I was gonna say I don't think I could have had. I mean, as far as just the overall experience goes, I don't know if I could have had much more fun. And like I said, winning obviously makes things more fun. But
yeah,
outside of that, dude, I had a freaking awesome time.
Yeah. Well, man.
We should probably end this thing before our battery dies.
Battery's about to die. So,
hopefully this one gets on the freaking air, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna work on it right now. We're gonna get this one up. All right.
I don't know, man. I trust you, but we've said that every time, I think, haven't we?
Yeah. This one's going up. I'm gonna get it up one way or another. All right.
All right.
Just get it up, right?
Yeah.
That's what she said. All right. Until next time, you guys, this is the What's Brewin' podcast with Colton and Goody. Until next time.
Peace out.
Dude, we're running low here.
I think you gotta push stop, bro.